Welcome back to the John and Linetia show. Linetia, you think when you pass to the great beyond that somebody will write a nice obituary for you?
I'm quite sure they will.
Yeah?
Because, I mean, I do so much.
Are you sure?
Lord have mercy on my soul. I do so much stuff till I'm sure,
So, you think it'll be nice. You think it'll be appropriate.
it would be appropriate.
You don't think
Yes.
anyone will be like, she was a horrible person?
Nope. I would doubt that. What about you? You think someone would say you're a horrible person?
No. They're going to talk about all of my achievements in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and all that.
Oh,
And,
wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
And the 10,000 women that were in my bed.
That's great. That's something to talk about.
Yeah, well, it's just because I got a bed used from the Marriott Corporation, so I assumed that there were 10,000
So
women in
you
my
did
bed.
make sure that you sprayed it full of Lysol and Clorox wipes, right?
Ooh, that's a good idea. That's not a bad idea.
Make sure you use one of those blue lights.
Or black light, even.
Maybe.
A blue light and a black light. I can
Maybe.
do that.
You need a lot of stuff to
Yeah.
get the stuff out of that nasty bed. But the reason why we're bringing all this up is because it's interesting to see what people actually say about people in an obituary.
Well, usually it's pretty straightforward.
It's pretty nice.
So-and-so was taking a dirt nap, and these are the family, and blah, blah, blah.
This person has passed on. They were great in life. They did this and charity and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But in certain cases, I see that this does not happen. In Reno, Nevada, there was a very enlightening obituary put into the newspaper. These children that are, of course, grown now, wanted to put an obituary in the paper about their deceased mother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you would think that it would be, she was a great mom, and she died peacefully at the hospital, and she did so many things for us growing up. It was not the case. In this obituary, the kids wanted to make sure that everybody knew what kind of person she really was in life.
Right.
Okay? Or as the young people say, they put her on blast. That's what the
Is
young
that what
people
the kids say these
That's
days?
what the kids say.
Okay.
Yes, put her on blast.
All right.
So the children, who are of course grown now, said that their mother was evil and violent in life. We celebrate her passing from this earth and hope she lives in the afterlife, reliving each gesture of violence, cruelty, and shame that she delivered on us. That was the beginning of the obituary.
Mm-hmm.
That is really deep to me. The person who actually wrote this, her name is Catherine Riddick, and she wanted to share the story of her painful physical and mental abuse after consulting with her brother, Patrick, who lives in Carson City. And they said they grew up with 4 siblings in the Carson City orphanage after they were removed from their mother's home, who had been estranged from her for more than 30 years. Everyone she met, adult or child, was tortured by her cruelty and exposure to violence, criminal activity, vulgarity, and hatred of the gentle or kind human spirit. This is what the obituary said. Mm-hmm. Our greatest wish now is to stimulate a national movement that mandates a purposeful and dedicated war against child abuse in the United States of America.
Right. So
wow.
This woman was 79 years old, and,
Yeah.
and basically she had 8 kids, and 6 of them were taken away from her and put in an orphanage. Mm-hmm. And the kids pretty much haven't had any contact with her for the last 30 years.
Right.
Because she was extremely abusive.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, so we're talking. So she's 80, or her daughter here is 58. So we're talking, let's say 79, 58. So we're talking about 50 years ago, when probably some of this stuff was happening. we're talking about an age, the 50s, 60s, where it wasn't unusual for parents to hit their kids.
Right.
There was, spankings and all that.
Right.
But it was unusual. The concept of child abuse
Correct.
really wasn't a big concept. And,
Right.
and
Not
apparently,
back then.
this case actually was kind of a major case in Nevada, and in fact, in the 80s, Nevada was thanks to the kids from this woman, Nevada was one of the first states to allow children to sever parental ties, because a lot of it really was sort of like, you don't believe the kids and all this stuff, and here's a woman who had 8 kids and apparently just seemed to hate kids. It's kind of, I guess at the time it's not like there was a whole lot of birth control possibilities.
Right. We're talking about back in the day.
Why did you keep having kids if you seem to hate them so much?
Right. And she may have not hated them, but it was something going on probably on the inside of her which caused her to abuse her children.
Yeah, like evil. Lots
which
of
is
evil.
really sad. That's just a really sad case,
Yeah. So they got back at her. I mean, essentially, and I think what's very interesting is the obituary, which you look at and you go, oh, that's mean spirited, but in fact, it was exactly what this woman was about, and it has gone viral, and it is it's bringing up kind of the child abuse I guess concept again.
Yeah, again, which seems to stay in the news all the time.
The awareness of it all.
Right. The publisher of the newspaper also said that in a note to his readers, they actually took it down off the site because it was just so much, I think people hitting it.
I think they just didn't know if it was real or not.
Right.
And then they found that it is. I'm not sure if they've put it back up, but
right. No, as of this day, they hadn't put it back up.
Yeah.
I just found it really interesting. I don't know if I would, and I don't know because I didn't come from a family of abusive parents. I just don't know if I would say that, about, my mom and dad, in that way.
Well, if they abused you, you might.
I just don't know.
If they beat the crap out of you, maybe.
I mean, I was born in the 70s. I mean, I was getting the crap beat out of me all the time, but I didn't look at it as abuse,
Well, it sounds like they were beaten a lot more than you probably.
I don't know. I got beat pretty bad.
Yeah?
Yeah, all the time.
Wow.
I'm still here, though.
Parents are evil.
We're not evil.
Yeah.
They wanted to keep me in line so that later on in life, I know how to deal with stuff. I do agree with...
Do you deal with stuff by beating things too, then? Is that the...
No, but I will say that the things that were put into me growing up from my parents, if I ever have children, hey...
You're going to hit them
whatever
too?
I find, you get out of line, pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's the only way I know. I don't
2x4?
I don't know about this.
Baseball bat?
No, not like that. But I don't know about this. My dad used to, reach up in the tree and pull the thing out.
Ooh, you get a switch.
Yeah, get a switch.
Uh-huh.
Get to me. My dad was from the South, so he was really old school.
Mm.
But I just don't know. It's just a hard thing. I still think about that honor thy father and thy mother, while you're on this earth. And I know they're probably completely hurt by this. I just don't know if I would put my parents on blast like that. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know.
All right, anyway.
I don't know. But, our listeners can, chime in and see how they feel about the situation. Would you have put your parents on blast if they were, abusive towards you in an obituary? Let us know.
All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Linetia Show.